Isn't it crazy that the crest is less than a mile from an amusement park?
I always say that, like, dude, it's so nuts, like, how we just have giraffes and elephants in Vallejo.
Oh, man. You're so... Dude, the fact that they're like gunshots,
Yeah.
senorita bread,
Oh, my
and
God.
giraffes
Walking distance.
walking distance from each other. Bro, man, like a fucking drive by half a mile away from a dolphin is a crazy thing to think
I remember
about.
during, like, the Vallejo riots and stuff, like... I'm like, dude, someone's gonna let out a giraffe or something.
Oh, man.
Like, dude, someone's gonna let out like a narwhal or a walrus.
Imagine domesticating one of those animals.
Dude, I know. It's like Jumanji.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
I mean, for the listeners out there, we both went to the same high school, just different years apart, right?
Way different.
Way different, dude. I mean, yeah, man, you're making me feel old as a motherfucker
Go
right
ahead,
now.
say your graduation year.
2011. That's fucked up, dude.
I was in middle school.
Wow.
I was just getting into middle school. I'm 2018, class of 2018, by the way.
So what are you? You're 23 right now,
I'm 23 right now and 24 next month.
You're in your prime. You're still like, your frontal lobe is still developing.
What was the biggest change for you when you hit 25 or like 24, 25?
Ah, dang. I think I was still a piece of shit. I don't think there was an actual change in me, man. I've always kind of just been this, maybe just money. I think around when I was 25, I got my big boy job.
I was going to say, like, was there a point where you were like, okay, now it's time to like lock in? Like,
oh, no,
you know.
dude. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
hey, man.
Right?
Me either.
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine our parents at this age, or like any parents at this age, at 20, at 23, especially at 31. They already had like 8 kids. They already bought like a house in San Francisco.
Oh, I was going to say, yeah, we had a house in San Francisco. My dad was working. This is like when he was 24, raising a kid. My mom was like 21, supporting a family at 24. Dude, I'm 24 next month.
Yeah. Look at that. Imagine if you were having a baby.
Dude, I always say that to like my mom's mom, my nana. She's like, you need to stop traveling, you know? Like, I was like, look, you had like 3 grandkids by the time like my parents were my age.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like
You're supposed to take advantage
I'm
of
doing
it.
things differently, you know?
I think everyone's doing things differently, you know? Back then, like when you were 30, you kind of had, I wouldn't say, yeah, you would have your shit together, right? In societal standards. But like now they say the 30s are the new 20s, right? So right now, I mean, you're living like the new teenage years in the sense that like...
And it's crazy because I'm like trying to figure out what that means. Like 30s is the new 20s. You know, it's like I'm trying to figure out, like trying to get a grasp of like with how things are, not only like social media, but like, you know, just with how things are different, you know, things differently are.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, okay, how do I navigate through like life now? Like there's no, like back then there wasn't like a playbook for this shit. No. But now it's even like, okay, now the parents are like, I don't even know what to do.
It's different right now. I'm gonna tell you, like right now, I think I kind of got my shit together. Like I was able to like secure this house, and I was able to get engaged. The way this happened is that I just sign shit. I go to work. I get money. I use that money to for other things, and I sign more things. And I got this house, and I just go to, you know, it's just kind of the cycle. But I still feel like I only know the shit that I knew like 10 years ago.
Maybe it's a good thing of you like not knowing everything, you know, like there's more out there.
Exactly.
Right? It's like maybe just change your perspective on it. And it doesn't have to be like, okay, what's my goal? But like, what can I do now?
Yeah, exactly. What are some things now that like you're approaching your mid-20s that your parents would say, and that you're like, as a kid, you're like, nah, you don't, you're wrong. But now you're coming into fruition of like, maybe my mom was right about this and that.
Financial advice.
Ah, yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty big one. It's just like, you know, like things are expensive. Yeah. You know, we got food at home, right? Now that I think about it, we do got food at home.
Yeah, we got.
we definitely got food at home.
That's a fact that, you know, is unarguable, because I just told you I just got poke right before this. $25 for a poke bowl, man.
Yeah, man.
I paid $1.75 for some fish eggs. That's so crazy, man. That is nuts. $1.75 could get me a taco pocket in high school.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like we seen inflation and everything. So it's like crazy to see like
before our eyes.
Really like
It's
overnight. Now we're
Mhm.
seeing like In-N-Out raise their prices and
Right? I mean, have you seen those old pictures of like McDonald's signs that says like hamburger 15 cents?
Yeah.
Like what?
Or even
15
like
cents?
even when I was growing up, we were looking at like McChickens for like a couple cents, you know?
Yeah,
It was like
man.
it was like less than $1 for a McChicken. I don't know
Mhm.
what it is now. I don't eat McDonald's, but I'm like, oh, I think last time I got breakfast from McDonald's, just a plate and an orange juice. I think I got a frappe or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was like $15.
They call fast food is supposed to be known for how cheap it is.
Affordability,
Yeah,
man.
dude.
What happened to that?
Some days, like at like 2 a.m, I'll be fucked up with some friends, and then like we'll say like let's get some Taco Bell, right? You thinking a few tacos, like a party pack, a Crunchwrap Supreme, you're gonna pay less than $10. No, the bill comes out like I'm paying alone like $20.
Yeah, right. I was just there the other day, Taco Bell.
Right? It sneaks
Yeah.
up on you.
I mean,
it's
but
authentic Mexican food.
They do got some good deals though. They'll go throw you like a box for like a full box for like hella foods for like $11, and you know
Yeah.
they got some deals.
You have to know what to order.
exactly,
Is the thing, right?
exactly. You gotta be a vet.
Damn, dude. Shout out to you, man. Welcome to the podcast. It's an honor to have you here. You're funny as fuck.
Just remember, it can't be that bad.
Exactly. It's
be that
applicable
bad.
to everything. I was telling you downstairs that the person that put me onto your shit was Scando the Dark Lord. So interesting because he just sent me this. I don't know. He'll send me just random Filipino like reels.
Yeah, just because it's like, okay, you're a Filipino, so you must understand this.
And you know what? He's not wrong. I do understand every
Shout out
single
Scandal
thing.
the Dark Lord.
Yeah. So you're saying you got like an interesting story as to like how you know him?
I know Scando. I used to work at the mall. Like my first job that I ever worked was at Uniqlo in Concord,
Nice. Okay.
Sun Valley. I used to work there. Shout out to all my Uniqlo coworkers. They're so cool. But I remember this dude just tatted up.
Yeah.
Just you know how he is. Just
Yep.
tats everywhere. And then he had some cool shoes on. I was just approachable. Just approached him. Just like, hey man, I like your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And we just sparked convo from there. And he's like, oh, I make music and stuff like that. And I was like, okay. So I've known him since like 2019.
Wow, for a long ass time. You know, he also went to Benicia.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy, like how they say, like, especially like with Filipinos, they say like all Filipinos know each other, and I'm like, fuck you,
It's
no,
insane.
they don't, dude.
It's insane.
Oh man, I found out my best friend when I moved here
Mm-hmm.
in the 7th grade. So like we became best friends for like 2 years before I found out he's my 4th cousin.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Let me guess. Dads, cousins, ates, dogs, nephews, kuyas, titas, son.
exactly on the fucking on the head, dude. I don't know. It's something like our great grandparents were cousins.
Close enough. You know what it is? You've seen each other at a family party, so that's just what it is.
Yeah, that's all it is. And then you must be related if you see each
Yeah.
other at one
Fuck
family
it,
party.
You're my cousin now.
Yeah. I mean, when I first started dating my fiance, who's Filipino, a lot of the things that my family would say, like, oh, she's so pretty. Make sure you're not related.
Oh my gosh, man. That's like the same thing with like my thing right now. It's like we just have so much in common and just like there's like way too many similarities and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we gotta
Oh,
we gotta
it's
run
so
a 20
scary.
we gotta run a 23andMe.
Yeah, you guys got to spit into some tubes and
we
get
gotta-
those
or,
tested, man.
Yeah, the ancestry.
Yeah, one of those things because you
Yeah.
don't want to be like 3 kids deep and you just
Like, hey,
find
man,
out.
why does that one look like that?
Yeah, how come
How
he has
come
a third eye?
Yeah, exactly.
He's like a nipple growing out of
Yeah.
his forehead. Like,
Not it again.
you don't want to make sure that, yeah, it's going to be like one of those K-dramas where you
Yeah.
say not again. Oh, man, this is the second time this
Yeah.
lifetime. Yeah, you don't want this to turn into one of those K-dramas where like, I'm in love with him,
Yeah.
but he's my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a nothing. That's the only thing about
Yeah.
dating Filipinos is like the possibility. But going back to what you said about like everybody knows each other, like in the Bay Area,
Yeah.
I thought that was just a Bay Area thing. Like all Filipinos know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go up to a girl in the club, grab her Instagram because she's a cute Filipina,
Yeah.
and you see that she follows
47.
him, and her, your cousin, your ate, and your.
Everybody.
And you know what I realized? Like, you know, having a girlfriend in Southern California is like there's a bridge from like Bay Area to like Orange County.
Wow, dude.
So like everybody knows each other.
Truly, dude. Like, I'll be getting a haircut, and this is a true story. I'll be getting a haircut, and I'll find out, like, you dated my cousin?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go anywhere, man. It's exactly how it is.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah, it's so interesting. We live in this day and age where you can find out who knows what. Like it's almost weird that like before you actually physically meet someone,
Get to know them.
Yeah, before you get to know them, you get to know them before you actually get to know them.
Exactly.
But once again, as to what you were saying prior, it's up to us in our social media to be able to limit what we put out there.
Exactly.
Right.
Not make yourself too vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because it's not a bad thing to be vulnerable and just be transparent. I would say transparent.
Yeah.
You know, being transparent, being vulnerable is two different things. Like I keep transparency on my social media. Like what you see online is what you get in person.
Mm-hmm.
But like vulnerable is just kind of like vulnerability.
Yeah.
So I would just say like what you said earlier about vulnerability. I would just say transparency because how you are online is how you are in person.
Yeah, I get that completely. It is kind of scary to be vulnerable. I mean, like, when you meet people, do you kind of have your walls up? Would you say like you're very protective of like who Julius truly is?
Are we talking about like just anyone in general, anybody that I meet online?
In general, let's not online for right now.
If we're meeting in person, I want to feel you out first. You know,
Yeah.
just kind of see how you are in person.
Yeah.
Before I start telling you about myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I don't like how like the energy or the vibe, whatever, then I'm like, okay, there's not much I have to say to this person, right? But if I feel like, okay, like we're carrying authentic conversations or whatever the case, then then I'll tell them about myself, and that's how it is. It's not that it's not like I'm just sheltered or closed off to anybody who I didn't grow up with, right? It's just like I'm a big person on energy, so it's like your first impression, if it isn't like kind of like what I wanted, then I'm probably gonna like turn the other way.
That makes sense, dude. I mean, you got to be. When I had Jay on, Jay Dela Cruz, she had emphasized this thing called protect your peace, because I mean, me as a people pleaser, that's sometimes hard for me to do. I mean, like I'll just. Not that I'm like giving you all of my information, but I want to make sure that the person across from me is very happy. But sometimes it's to my own detriment, you know.
And making sure someone is comfortable around you is okay, but I mean, if you're not comfortable, then kind of like what's the point? You know?
Yeah, I get it from my mom, dude. She's like typical Filipino mom, where she's like, will feed another person all of her food, but won't have any for herself.
Yeah. I know how that is, definitely.
Yeah.
But you just gotta make sure you're straight before you get to learn or get to know somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Do you think you would have? What kind of person do you think you would have been if social media didn't exist? Because a lot of what you do, a lot of your like creativity is heavily dependent on this like world of technology that we have. So like, what do you think Julius would be up to if it was like, if you were like your age right now, but in the 90s or some shit?
I would just say more business oriented. Like, if this was the 90s, then I feel like we'd be at an advantage because of like, how we talked about like the inflation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like, if this was like the 90s, no social media, no nothing, but like, I can make business moves, I would be on that path.
Yeah.
Not that I can't do this right now, but like, because social media is kind of like where I'm at right now. It's kind of like I want to see where this goes, and then because I didn't go to college. I just like right after high school, I went to Solano for a little bit, Solano Community College for a little bit, and then the pandemic hit, and I just like lost interest in school.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. I did Davis, and I wasn't interested the entire time, man. And we live in that day and age where you don't need that piece of paper to be able to do something that is going to finance you and set you up for success for the rest of your life, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, like, kind of seeing where things are like going right now is kind of like, okay, let's just see what happens with the social media stuff. Because I mean, I didn't go to college, so I mean, like, I have to just explore my options. Yeah. But I feel like I was born in the right generation. Yeah. I love making funny videos and drinking like matcha.
Dude, that's exactly. You are, because I have like discomfort. Like, I'm down to like post clips of this podcast, but I have discomfort of like propping up my phone or having like a homie like film me and do a skit. Like, I can't, like, I'll freak the fuck out.
You know what? I was more like, as I started making like content and like skits and stuff like that, I was a lot more like carefree and more like experimental. Like, okay, let's just try this, and see what happens, right? So then now, like a year later, like now that I kind of like understand the audience, now I feel like I have to be more like specific or kind of like picky on like my content and stuff like that. So like we'll shoot, me and my buddy Duran will shoot, that's like my cameraman. We'll shoot, and then like we'll wrap it up, and I just like when I'm editing it before I go to sleep, I'm just like, bro, that's not it.
Ooh,
You know?
yeah.
So now I'm like, fuck, like that was a wasted day.
Fuck, dude.
So I just like, yeah.
But you can't think of it as like a waste of a day because in my mind, days like that are reps. They're all reps. You have to go through that shit so that you can find that nugget of gold, you know?
That's spitting.
Bro.
That's good. I like that.
That's exact. I mean,
I like that.
Even though we're doing different shit, we're doing the same shit, dude. Like I'll have like a podcast recording with a guest where I'm not feeling it necessarily. Like I feel like I'm not in my game and I'm not in the pocket. But at the end of the day, it's still a rep for me, you know? Like I still did the damn thing.
I like that because I mean we're both involved in like, you know, gym and stuff like that, so it's a good way to see it.
Yeah, it's an analogy, dude,
Good
because
analogy,
we're still strengthening something.
Yeah, I like that.
Because now, like, let's say you after you edit that skit that you're not digging, you have now created in your brain the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, what can I do different?
Yeah.
You know, why am I not feeling this?
Exactly.
Like even getting ready for this, I was kind of like, oh, am I? You know, how's things gonna be? You know,
Yeah.
just kind of like what's the energy gonna be? Like, how's my energy? Not really yours, but like, you know. But also, I'm kind of just feeding off your energy, so I mean, I'm able to reciprocate it.
I mean, that's truly what it is, dude. It's a game of ping pong. It's
Exactly.
a game of tennis,
Exactly,
man.
yeah.
Like if I'm not gonna hit that ball hard toward you, then you're not gonna hit it hard back, right?
Right.
And that's kind of what I like about doing this thing. You know, it's kind of, especially it being guest based, like it's a surprise every single time. They're all reps, dude. They're all So, what are the things that you look for in your content creation? That's just like, this is it.
Are we talking about like topics and stuff like that?
Yeah, or just like at the end of the video, like because let's take some for instance, like the one that Scando had sent me was you emulating someone at the airport.
The airport video.
Please excuse this interruption. We are looking for the following passengers: JJ, JP, JC, JB, JR, RJ, BJ, CJ, BJ, EJ, DJ, LJ, TJ, and JJ again. If your name was called, please report to the front desk immediately.
I was on the phone with my girlfriend and I was just like, dude, there's like hella, like, you know, I'm going to the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, what if I just start yelling out last names like Batista, Ramos,
Yeah.
De La Cruz, yeah, right? And I was just like, oh, what if? And then I just like, oh, JR, RJ, PJ, AJ, DJ, you know. And then she started laughing. I was like, okay, well, I gotta make a video right now.
Wow, dude, that's so funny.
And you know what's crazy? Like some videos will just be in the moment. Like a couple of my biggest videos, like the ones that have reached like a couple million views. Some of those, like that one, like, for example, like I didn't even write. You know, it's just like on the spot, like how I'm feeling right now and stuff like that. Because like I said, I feel like I kind of just overthink like my content now because like I kind of have like an understanding of my audience. It's kind of like, okay, so this isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Is this gonna work, right? But I mean, some of the best stuff is just whatever happens on the moment.
Yeah,
in the moment.
Sometimes, and I think that's kind of the fall of some humans, of like, because we overthink ourselves into failure sometimes. Sometimes like overthinking is good, but sometimes you gotta fall. I mean, like what makes us dope is that like natural gut instinct of like, this is funny.
Oh,
right?
so yeah, so exactly like to get back to like what your question was, like what do I look for in like my videos like itself. It's kind of like, first I like, is it actually funny? You know, if it's not gonna make me laugh, then why am I posting it, right? So I do that, and then it's kind of like I kind of like look at it from like a videographer standpoint too. It's just like, okay, this, I wasn't in frame in this one, you know, this could have been better. This is too shaky. The audio is crap on this one, right? So just kind of like look for stuff like that. I just try to be like, just make sure it's quality overall. You know, if I feel like this wasn't my best work, you know, then I'm just gonna sit on it.
Yeah. I get that completely. And also what you got on lock is relatability factor.
Exactly. That's kind of what I go for. Like, how can, yes, this is me, about me, but how can other people relate to this?
Yeah. It's a tight walk. It's a tightrope walk of you don't want to detract too far away from like your authentic self.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
But also you don't want it to be so much to yourself that's an inside joke for yourself, right?
No, exactly. That's exactly what it is. Because I've had some videos where it's just like too personal, where it's like, you know, this is only applicable to me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was good enough to post, but it's like, you know, some
it's just too, it's truly just your own sense of humor. I mean, it's the only way I could describe it, because like sometimes like I'll find clips of episodes that I do. I'm like, oh, that was funny to us in that moment within that context.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you got to like scrunch it together in 30 to 45 seconds, if that, it becomes tougher.
Yeah, exactly.
What I like that you do is that you're not fully leaning on being Filipino as your content. It's just part of your content.
Or being in the Bay Area.
Exactly, dude.
I call it a box. It's okay to have niches, right? Niches are totally okay, because that's how you get the ball rolling with niches. Like, that's how you find your communities. But I just don't want to offer only one type of certain content to an audience. Even if that means like holding myself back from like a bigger following. I wouldn't just want my following to just be Filipinos or people from the Bay or Filipino Bay Area variants. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just want to be able to like reach a wider audience.
Yeah. And you did that with millions of views. Like, how are you like not hitting that? I mean, that's the whole thing. And I think you're playing this game right, and you're having fun while you're doing it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's like the main part, is just having fun with it. You know, at the end of the day, it's just like me being me in front of a camera. Yeah. Right? In front of a phone camera. But like back to the niches and like the boxes and stuff like that, I just feel like it's just so easy to get, you know, it's like, okay, you start seeing a track. Like, I had another Filipino video that like about the Lola.
Oh, hey Lola.
My God, you're so big now! How old you are?
I'm 15.
15? You're 15 now? How tall you are?
I'm 5'5".
You're like a basketball!
That did really well too. Like, I know that I could do really well with like the Filipino content just because of like how relatable it is, and just like, you know, but I just want more.
Yeah.
You know, I want
and
more
you've challenged
for
yourself
myself.
beyond that, because like you got the videos of like judging someone's music by their aesthetic type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanna play music while we wait?
Okay, what do you want to listen to?
Just play your music.
Hey, bitch, I'm a good you great.
You listen to this kind of music?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. I just wasn't expecting you to have such manly music taste.
Manly?
Exactly. It's like, that's what makes it fun for me. It's just like, okay, like, I did this because I didn't rely on my Filipino audience. Not that I don't appreciate them, but it's like, it's just a lot. There's a lot of people in the world, and I just want to make content that is applicable, that makes people feel seen. That's what it is. It's like, no way, this is you. That's what I think about when I post, is like, you know, when your buddies, like Scandal, like when he sent shit to you because you're Filipino or whatever, right? Like, that's what I think about, is like, who's gonna see this and who can they send it to?
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, dude. A non-Filipino guy sent a Filipino guy your thing, and we didn't know each other prior to that. And I'm, you know, that was like such a dope introduction to my algorithm. Was that like that was cool? And think about it, like. Think about the dopamine rush you get when you receive those direct messages, being like, "Yo, dude, I mean, like, this is exactly like how my family is," or like, "This is so,"
exactly,
you know.
Exactly.
Imagine like how many other like hundreds or thousands of conversations happened because they shared your shit,
And
because you made that.
And that's why I don't want to only like limit it to only like Filipino content.
Yeah.
Because I love how like the feedback and, you know, all of the I'm really grateful. You know, I am very grateful for all of the feedback that I get back from like my Filipino content. But like you said, like the music, the video about the music, is like, okay, now this is reaching a different audience. You know, that's what gets to me. That's what makes me want to try new stuff. Yeah, is the fact that I tried something different and it worked.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. I mean, it's an analogy that I have is Joe Coy is massively successful. His niche was a Filipino audience because he would heavily rely on his Filipino voice of his mom, right? But what I think makes him a better comedian is that not all of his jokes, and there's a lot of his jokes that have nothing to do with him being Filipino. I don't know. Are you familiar with who Rex Neveretti is?
Rex Neveretti. I can't say that.
He's like an old school Filipino comedian before Joe Coy. That almost like 90% of his jokes are based on being Filipino and the Filipino community. So that have like there's versatility in one, and then there's one where it's just like, okay, you know your audience and you stick with that.
Yeah, that's another thing too, just knowing your audience. You know, I'm still like, because my audience is very like diverse.
Yeah.
You know, majority of it is Filipinos, but I mean, we have everything else, like everybody else, and that's like I want to cater to them too. You know, like they followed like a while back. I don't want to just make videos for like just Filipino people.
Oh yeah, you're making like it's for everyone, and that's like kind of, I don't know. Would you ever do stand up? Do you think, or like get into like sketch writing, like write for SNL or something?
I'd be down to like write. Like I said, we talked about it earlier, but I don't mind being behind the camera too. Prior to like the skits and stuff like that, I was behind the camera and working like concert photography and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I used to do stuff like that. But it's like, I don't mind being behind the camera. Like I'm not, attention hungry, attention thirsty. Like, I like being able to just kind of like navigate and just live life. There's a couple people that came up to me and just like, oh, you're the guy from Vine or whatever, or not Vine. That's not Vine. TikTok.
I was like, damn, you've been making content for hella long.
I have though. I've been making videos like since like Vine days too.
Wow.
But then like videos started hitting for me in like Twitter days, like my high school Twitter days. I was like seeing a couple thousand, and it wasn't like unfamiliar for me to see like that 10K retweet and stuff like that on Twitter.
What's that do for you? Like once you start hitting these big numbers, like it's cool, but like are you desensitized to it? Like does it still give you that gratification?
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I am very like desensitized to it.
Whoa, man.
After the third or fourth video to hit like over 1 million views, I was just kind of like, just thank you.
It is
just, I'm grateful, but then it's just kind of like, yeah, that's I'm grateful, but it's just like,
I get that, dude. I get that. There's gratitude with it, but at the end of the day, objectively, what you're seeing is just kind of a notification on your phone. And what's irreplaceable are those people that do walk up to you or a DM even, right?
Yeah.
Where they say, hey, man, like this brightened my day.
I love that. That's what I live for. Like, I'd rather have like five of those people coming up to me than like, a couple million views and stuff like that, right? Just like the real interactions, like what does it for me? Like I'll be working out at the gym and someone will come up to me.
Yeah.
I can see like they're a little bit like nervous and just kind of like, I just embrace them like, oh, thank you, bro. Like, what was your favorite video? Like, oh, I like the one about the crazy ex or, the jealous ex. I'm like, bro, that means a lot to me.
Wow.
Thank you so much for coming up to me. Like,
yeah, dude, that's the real human interaction, right?
Yeah.
As opposed to like it does kind of as compared to like this random username like loves to splooge 69 liked your reel 6 seconds ago, like that's great, does nothing.
Yeah, like I mean, I can tap through like the repost like all day and stuff like that, but it's like it's just like, okay, cool, thank you. So I'm very grateful. Don't get me wrong, like I'm grateful for all of the success that I've seen on my social media, but like what it comes down to is like the experiences. Like I'm really, really big on experiences. So for people to come up to me and I can see like they're nervous and like, they came up to me just like, oh bro, I love your video. That's what does it for me. That's why I'm like, okay, like I should probably work on the next video.
So people get nervous around you?
Yeah, I'll see people
So
I'll see people like just kind of like hesitant. I wouldn't say nervous. I don't want to make it sound like I'm like an A-list, but like they're still a little bit hesitant because they don't know how I'm going to be. So I just like, I just want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoy interactions.
Because are you familiar with the content creator? His name is, he's Dennis Barcelone, but he has that Filipino character, Bong Robbie.
Yeah. We've, what is it? XL since 2003.
Yes,
something
sir.
like that. We just messaged each other the other day.
Oh, dude, he's interesting because he's so fucking funny. Like that character, those two characters that he does are really funny. But you meet him and like he's a self-proclaimed like introvert, and so he tells me about his experiences about like how people like come up to him and like are like, wait, Your accent's not real.
I know, right? Isn't he? Is he? I feel like he's local, like just based on like what I've seen.
AC.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
I didn't want to give out his location, but yeah,
AC. I have his address and it's right here. But
come get him at Shenandoah Park.
yeah, dude. I mean, it's kind of local. Becoming a local celebrity. I don't know how else to really phrase it. That's kind of, is that just kind of weird sometimes?
I'm just grateful for it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just grateful for it to be able to be in that position to where people are recognizing me for my work, that I just, you know, just having fun with me and my homies, right?
Yeah.
But I wouldn't say it's weird. It's just, I'm just grateful for it. I'm just learning to embrace it.
Yeah. Do you get any weird DMs?
Yeah, people DM me all the time talking about like, you know, just like people love just hating, you know?
Oh, some people
I get
hate.
it. I get it. Like, you know, being a hater is fun. But like I'll just get random ass messages of people just like, you're a pussy, you're not from the Bay Area. And then right, this is a real experience, like, right?
What the fuck?
Someone DM me, this was like dumbass long ago. Someone DM me and said, they said like, pussy, you're broke, you have to fly Southwest or some shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just liked his message. I just liked it. And then he's like, oh, damn, bro, I didn't think you would actually see this.
Oh, shit.
You have a good day, some shit like that.
Oh,
and then
switched
And then
up.
he followed me. I'm like, dude, like,
What the fuck?
yeah, stand on your word.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you're gonna be a dick, be a confident one.
I'd rather have a real hater than a real, like, or than a fake, like, you know, than a fake follower.
Then an attention, he's just an attention-hungry person.
Exactly.
Right?
That's really what it was. And I just kind of, like, learned to just shrug it off.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, that I find that so interesting. There's like some people that are just like really insecure that are just like keyboard
That just have the
warriors,
time
bro.
of day just to hate. You
Yeah,
know, it's just
man.
like, as fun as that sounds, it's like I just don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah, dude. At the end of the day, we're just trying to make other people smile and laugh, right?
that's what it is.
I get haters sometimes on like some of my reels. Like I think the one my reel that popped off the most is this reel with this singer Tyler Lauren, who's really fucking good. But anyway, the premise of the clip was English words that Filipinos love to say.
English words that Filipinos love to say.
Tenacious is something that I've heard.
Magnesium.
Oh, magnesium is their like.
What is that?
It's just as strong as Jesus to them. Thermos and Vicks.
Thermos.
Nasaan yung thermos ko?
How do you say like a handkerchief?
Handkerchief.
What was it? Handkerchief.
Handkerchief.
yeah, how you like handkerchief and
Yeah, handkerchief. What else? Like
coronavirus.
yeah, galavanting and
Yeah, yeah,
Vicks, shit like that.
Yeah, right.
So we had a clip of that, and then like on my TikTok, it went pretty big. But then I'll get these haters that like are just. I'll get Filipino haters,
Oh, there we
like
go.
from the Philippines.
Maybe your own people. Oh yeah, they hate that shit. They hate
Dude,
that
they're
shit.
just like, hey, not all Filipino talk like this. So next time and it's like, dude, you're typing in an accent, like
Yeah.
you're making it.
You're missing the is, does, and the yeah. No, and that's another thing too. Why I don't want to only make Filipino content is like as fun as like talking in an accent is. I just don't also want to make it offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to like, you know, there's a difference of like, just kind of like letting it, you know, just be part of the culture and just kind of just and actually just making fun of it. And I just don't want to disrespect anybody
No, it's there is that fine line.
because I don't speak Tagalog, especially. It's like.
Oh, some people get upset about that. A lot of Filipinos.
Yeah, I
will.
haven't. Nobody has like gotten like turned up on over that, you know, in my in my DMs or anything like that.
Okay.
But I just want to like not be disrespectful.
Yeah. No, that's good. And that's good that you have that because I feel like a lot of content creators will lose sight of it's kind of like when you're starting to like be friends with a person and like sometimes like homies' love languages are just like roasting each other. What's the difference between like coming up with a clever roast and then at the end of the day maybe just like, man, maybe I was too mean.
Yeah. You just gotta know when it's like when it's enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is. It's like I said, dude, I can make Filipino content like, and I know it would do great, and I know it would do great, right? Like even if like I'm like on a dry spell of like not posting in a couple weeks, right? I know if I made this Filipino video about Alola, you know,
Yeah, then it'll just pop off.
around how Lolas are around babies, you know.
Close open, close
Exactly. You know, like I know that stuff will do well, but it's like you know, I don't want to make fun of like the culture too. I don't want to disrespect the culture. That's what it is. Like I like shining light on the culture. Like with the airport video, I was able, you know, a lot of people related to that. But also, I just don't want to like.
And that was without making fun of it.
Exactly, because it's true.
Yeah.
But then if all of my content is just like talking in a Filipino accent,
yeah,
I just, you know, and this is not to disrespect any Filipino content creators and stuff like that. I don't want to. That's their niche, whatever, right? But I just don't want it to become mine, and especially like if, you know, I don't want to be like a Filipino figure, and then, you know, I'm not even in touch with the culture.
Interesting. Gotcha.
So it's just a respect thing too. Why I don't want all my content to just be Filipinos and Bay Areans.
Yeah. I mean, you're going beyond that, which is exactly what you are doing.
Thank you, bro.
What do you think is like? What's the end goal of this? Like when you first started doing this, like what did you want out of this?
So I had a video that did really like well back last year, like in May, the one of me like dancing. And then from then I was just kind of like, look, let's just see what happens. And I can feel like that's just kind of where I'm at right now. Nice. Just kind of like I see the opportunities rolling in, the brand deals and the partnerships, the offers and stuff like that.
Wow.
So I'm starting to see those roll in. But, you know, we talked about it earlier, like the burnout, you know, it's just going at your own pace now. That's kind of what it is. It's like it's okay to feel burnt out, but then it's just like, how are you going to pace yourself after?
Yeah.
You know, it's like bouncing back.
Yeah. How do you how do you deal with it? Like, what are ways when you are feeling it? What do you do to like re-inspire and re-spark that creativity?
What it is just going at your own pace. You know, I'm okay. Like before I was like, I went on the, like a 60-day run. It was like back to back to back. Like each week I dropped videos. Hey, my boy, hey, Durant. All right, let's go. Time to shoot a video. I already wrote the script. I'm going to send it to you. Right? Now it's just kind of like, hey, I got this idea. Like, you know, let's see what happens.
Wow, dude.
So it's all about pacing.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like with a lot of creatives, whether it's like content creation or like music and stuff like that, you're going to experience a burnout.
Yeah.
Right? But it's just kind of like how you turn it around and how you make it what you want to make it.
Yeah. When you were doing those 60 days of back to back to back, what parts of yourself do you feel like were starting to lack? Because, you know, I've said this before, but to be great at something, you're sacrificing a lot. What were you sacrificing?
It's kind of hard to say because I had like a really good support system. My friends never thought like any of my ideas were dumb. I feel like my family really respected like what I was doing too. Nice. They still do, but it's just kind of like I would say it's like a pride thing. It was just like, okay, you know, I can't be afraid to just post this.
Yeah.
You know, like now it's like when I sit on a video, it's because it's like, okay, I feel like it's just not up there with my past work, right? But then back then it was just like, you know, what are people gonna think about me? Whoa. That's what it was. It was just sacrificing my ego, just putting it to the side and just going with it.
Which is something like when you're a content creator, ego, it comes with it, man. And how do you detach your ego from something that comes with it?
Because as much as like I love social media, I also love being private and just like living like behind, you know, just kind of like playing it low key. So I mean, to have to like be in front of the camera all the time is kind of like can get exhausting.
Yeah, I feel it. I mean, it's cool because you still come off as mysterious. You know, you put out all these jokes and all these skits online, but like in person, I'm still wondering like, what's this guy think? Type of thing.
Right.
Man, like, what did you want to be when you were a kid? I mean, you said you were kind of just like rambunctious. Like, were you a class clown type of thing?
Yeah, definitely. I got a lot of phone calls home. You know,
holy shit, what were you doing?
Just like, you know, just he's being disruptive, and you know his grades aren't there. And just whatever the case, everything in between. You know, I wasn't like a badass kid. I just like, you know, just fucked around a lot.
Yeah.
You know, my grades weren't always there. Like, I never wanted to be like an astronaut or anything. Being a nurse was never in the question.
Fuck, dude,
when I was getting ready to leave high school, though, I did like want to take prereqs to become like an ultrasound tech.
Whoa.
X-ray tech, rad tech.
Was there what you just wanted to see?
I heard there was good money
babies?
in it. Oh no, not even. Not even. I just heard the money was good, like pretty decent for starting.
Yeah, for just like rubbing petroleum jelly on some bellies, dude. Wow. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that. Well, that's like, and it's not as much schooling as like.
That's what they say.
Man.
Like, dude, look, you're starting off at like 70, 80,000, and nursing is way longer. That's kind of like how I saw it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
What were you into growing up? Like, did you play video games?
It was really what it was just like self-expression and just creativity. Because before I was making videos, like skits, I used to sew. Like, I used to make clothes.
Dude, I saw that video of you, like, you had that green cardigan that was way too long for your arms, and then you sewed it, and I was just like, the fuck?
Yeah.
You're a fabric magician.
I'm like a self-taught tailor.
That's so cool, dude. When I was like growing up, I would so I went to high school like, in the late 2010s, and that's like when the new boys were popular.
Yeah,
and so like skinny jeans,
jerkin.
Everything. Yeah.
The jerk era.
Yeah, everyone was jerking, everyone was wearing tiny colorful backpacks. And so like I was a thrifter. But then if you were thrifting something, then it's coming loose.
Yeah.
Right? And I wanted it tapered. And so there was one homeboy in my grade. His name's Greg Saleas. And he was the only kid in our grade that knew how to sew. So this guy was making money from just like people giving him their clothes,
right,
just to like sew up.
That's how I learned how to use a sewing machine. I was the what was it, 2011, like the Macklemore thrift shop era.
Yeah,
that's when thrifting became cool, right?
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, let's see what I can get. And then obviously I'm short, so like the clothes were too big on me. They were they fit me, but like they were just too long on me. That's really what it was. So then I'm like, okay, now I have a sewing machine around the house. Let's figure out how to use it. Wow. Then I learned how to taper pants. Then I learned how to like understand the patterns of pants, and then repairs and everything in between. So
now size truly doesn't matter in terms of like whatever you want. You go to a thrift shop, you're like, oh, I got it.
I like see clothes differently. Like I'm like, okay, like let's just say I'm at like Zara or whatever, right? I'll just see a shirt. I'm like, okay, as long as it fits me like this, length doesn't matter. Like I can shorten it or whatever. So I just see things different, like clothes differently. That's
so crazy because like the way my monkey brain works is like if it doesn't fit me, like then that's it, man. It has to be particular.
Yeah, I feel like tailors and dry cleaning is very underrated. I feel like people need to invest more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially if you're short or like we said, like if you're large, then the tailor you should be your best friend.
Yeah.
Well, if you care about your style. If you care about your style, you should become, familiar with a tailor.
Yeah. It's crazy how some of these shops are like, they're tailor-made for a particular type of body type.
Yeah.
Like you go to an H&M, it's made for like petite Swedish men.
Exactly.
Because it's a Swedish company, as opposed to like, I don't know. It's cool. I mean, like, what were you dressing like as a kid? When was what's your first memory of like, ooh, I like to wear this?
First memory, I'm going back to middle school. We're looking at like shopping at like Zoomies and Tilly's. Talking about Neff, DGK, Stussy when it was in Zoomies.
Fuck, dude, Diamond Supply.
Diamond Supply Co. Young and Reckless. Should I keep going?
Keep going, dude. This is like shooting me back to like $30 graphic tees.
Exactly.
Fucking everyone wearing Nike SBs. Dude, I used to get those shirts. That I have this particular shirt that was like this naked woman eating a watermelon. Do you remember when
what brand was this? Like Obey or something like that?
It was not Obey, but it was a Zoomies tee. It was a brand that didn't pop off, but it was just one of the graphic tees at Zoomies.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, just stuff like that. That's kind of like how it was like in middle school, like back to school shopping. So we got a couple of shirts from like Zoomies and Tilly's. We're looking at like Fox and
yep.
like
dude.
I was big on like Neff. I really like the anime, the cartoon. So Neff. And then we got to high school. We're looking at like that's when like vintage was cool.
Yeah.
Like like started to get cool.
Yeah, I mean, so, because since you're younger than me, thrifting got cool when I was in college, as opposed to like when I was in high school. It was about the brand.
Like I was at Eco Thrift like every day after high school. Man. If I wasn't at wrestling practice, I was at Eco Thrift.
Holy shit, dude! Yeah. Just finding some gems up in there, dude.
Eco Thrift was like amazing.
It's big, dude. I don't know how it is now. Have you thrifted there recently?
It's terrible.
Oh,
so expensive.
Really?
You're looking at like $25 Levi's and stuff like that.
How you feel? I mean, the thing about thrifting is that you need to have an eye for it.
Yeah. And I think thrift shops are great because like you get to like develop your own style and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And like, okay, this is cool. You know, this is similar to like what I saw online, whatever the case, right? You know, thrift stores used to be great for people who didn't have money. You know, so like now when I see thrift stores and I see that they're charging like $30 a jacket and like $20 a pair of pants, $20 a pair of pants. This is like real prices that I saw.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, dude, it's like this defeats the purpose of a thrift store.
Exactly. Because not only is it for people trying to, you know, manufacture their style from scratch like you, but it is for those people that can't afford clothes
and like,
on a regular basis.
Like these stores act like they're consignment shops. Like, dude, this is like all profit for you guys. These are people's donations and stuff like that. So for you guys to like be, you know, upping the prices on like, for example, like low income families and stuff like that who rely on thrift stores and stuff, you know, that I just, you know, it's terrible to see.
Yeah, dude. Like if you're gonna start marking up a T-shirt to be $50, then it should just be like labeled as a vintage shop.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're doing research in the back on. I can see them like on their iPads and stuff like that, searching up each item. So like, you know, I'll see like a cool. I really like film cameras and like VHS cameras. So like when I see them and I pick it up, it's like marked, you know, and, or like sometimes they'll have a picture, a printed like picture of the listing.
What?
Yes,
dude.
bro.
Then it's not a thrift shop. It's truly that's a consignment shop, man.
Yeah, man.
It kind of sucks that way. I went to this in New York, man. Some of these like vintage shops.
Second Street.
Yeah. Dude, we were. I was in Brooklyn, and there was this like, I'm huge into like old school wrestling, like 90s wrestling, like
WCW, WWF.
Fuck yeah, WWF. You know, like I saw this Bret Hart vintage tee. And I was just like, this probably be like 100. I'll drop 100.
Let me guess. What year was this?
What year was the shirt?
No, what year did you go?
Oh, I went earlier this year.
Earlier this year, vintage black wrestling shirt.
Yep.
Where was this? In New York?
This is in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. I'm going to say 250 to 350.
500. Dude. I'm like, why is this not in a glass casing?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm out here. I'm like just grabbing this shirt. I'm looking at it like this. I'm like, okay.
I feel like I know. Oh, never mind. You said you were in Brooklyn. But hey, quick. I gotta take a piss.
Oh, go right ahead, man. I'll be right here.
My bad. I was trying to see if I could hold it.
Oh, you're all good, dude. It happens almost every episode. Okay. It's crazy. Okay. Dude, I'm just a fucking delinquent that could hold his pee for like a day. I'm probably gonna die soon.
Hey, man. You got great bladder control.
I don't know, dude. This is probably like if you were to take an x-ray of my bladder, just black.
Oh, God.
Just from like holding it in, dude. Like, have you ever like, and we'll get back to what we were talking about. Like, what's the longest you've ever like held in a shit? Pretty sure you could die from it.
I can't give you like an actual memory, like a date, but there's been some times of some like really, really close calls.
Like, I think one of my biggest fears, you could go ahead and bring it a bit closer. Perfect. One of my biggest fears is like, and it doesn't matter because I'm in a 10-year relationship, but
here we go.
Is like going on a first date and having to take the worst poop of my life. You ever think about that?
Yeah.
Dude, it's like the worst. Like, what would I do?
Like, imagine like coming back from a date or like going on a date, right? It's going great, but you know the pasta's had some milk in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait 1 second. Come back. Now you got her waiting out there for you to come back, and she's done with her food. Or you get back, and what were we talking about?
You ruined ruining the momentum of a first date, dude. And you probably smell like the bathroom because you were in there for so long.
Your hands are wet. And
gross, dude. Man, there's toilet paper on the back of your shoe.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Fuck, dude.
That's all it takes.
I have this funny story about like my aunt who was at a Ross or something like that, or like a TJ Maxx, and she went to use the restroom. And she's like one of those oblivious Filipino aunties.
Yeah.
And she was walking around for like maybe 10, 15 more minutes until my mom, her sister, was just like, hey, yo, like, Belle, like, she had the whole... Dude, she had the whole toilet seat cover tucked into the back of her pants.
Oh, no way.
And she was walking around with the toilet seat cover behind her.
It's like a movie.
Yeah, it's like she was like wearing a cape, basically.
Like did you just go to the bathroom? How'd you know?
How could you tell?
How could you tell? Like,
I could tell that fucking skid mark on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, back to what we were talking about. Like, it's crazy that you're able to just kind of price point articles of clothing I'm listing, like a Bret Hart vintage wrestling shirt.
Because I used to be involved, like even before like the concert photography or during that time too. I was really into vintage. Like I really got into like the vintage community. Like there's people like in like I was big in like not big, but I was like familiar with like the Sacramento thrift scene.
Yeah.
So like I would see them, and then now, like they're seeing my videos and they're showing my dad, who's also like involved with like the thrift scene out there.
What? Your dad's involved with the thrift
Yeah,
scene too?
he really likes. That's the thing about him. He's just like he loves hustling. So he works, and then he like after work, like a graveyard shift, he'll go like to like the bins.
That's an insane side hustle.
So like I'll call him. And he's like, "What, son? Hold on, let me call you back. I think I just found something."
What?
I was like, "That's my wellness check." Like,
Whoa,
all right,
man. Because my dad's just an accountant. He's just an accountant that works on his backyard. Yeah. But like, that's cool that you and your dad have that common interest.
Yeah. So like, when I was like in high school, like when we were looking for stuff to do after like when he picked me up, we would just go to like thrift stores like all over the Bay. So like, he really like gave me opportunity to like learn like thrift stores and stuff like that. So like, and then now it's like the best thrift store that was in the area is like ain't shit now. Like he's like the one that's into thrifting. So like the people that the friends that I made during my time in the vintage community, like they know my dad now. So like they'll show him my video. They'll show like if it comes up on their For You page, they'll show my dad, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's my son," and my dad just doesn't care because like
your dad's. Dude, my parents will watch my podcast. They'll put it on for like 2 minutes, and they'll be like, "Why is it so long?"
Yeah, or yeah, I know, or like, "Who's that guy?" Yeah. Are you trying to show him like who's hims?
Yeah, I'm trying to tell like my dad, like, "Dad, this is Lil Russell. He's like one of the biggest rappers.
He's doing great."
Oh, that's nice. Housework. Like, it's fine.
And he's like, it's him. He's rap now.
Dude, when my mom here...
Shout out Lil Russell.
Dude, have you met him before?
I haven't yet. Actually, I haven't met him, but I seen him at what's it called? At like one of Larry June's free concerts. Like,
what? Okay, so you met him in like one of the best places to be.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Hella talent right out the Bay Area. I'm telling you that right now.
And he's a neighbor too.
Yeah.
Like... He said what? Crest? Is he right? He said the Crest?
Yeah, the Crest is where he's at. So he's like a 10-minute drive from here.
That's so crazy that he got people coming to the Crest for the backyard concerts.
Yeah, man.
That's nuts.
The place where he grew up.
I don't go to the Crest. Like I have no business over there.
Isn't it crazy that the Crest is less than a mile from an amusement park?
I always say that, like, dude, it's so nuts. Like how we just have giraffes and elephants in Vallejo.
Oh man, you're so dude. The fact that they're like gunshots, senorita bread, and giraffes
walking distance,
from each other, bro. Man, like a fucking drive by half a mile away from a dolphin is a crazy thing to think about.
I remember during like the riots and like the Benicia or not Benicia, the Vallejo. Like I remember during the Vallejo riots and stuff. Like. I'm like, dude, someone's gonna let out a giraffe or something.
Oh man,
like, dude, someone's gonna let out like a narwhal or a walrus.
Imagine domesticating one of those animals.
I know, it's like Jumanji.
What's crazy to me to think about is that Michael Jackson. You know how Michael Jackson was so rich that he had like his own amusement park.
Yeah,
he had like Neverland or something.
Monkeys and all
he
that.
owned like he had like giraffes.
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude? Like imagine if Julius just had his own lion.
I'd have to.
You would have to. Yeah, they can't be alone.
I would need to. Yeah. Man. I mean, I'm a Leo, so there's that. So I mean, I feel like it's just nature for me to.
For you to have your own.
Just why
what
not?
do I have, dude? I'm a Cancer, so that's lame, bro.
You need an emotional animal.
Dude, what is a dog, dude?
Yeah,
just like
there we go.
A fucking chihuahua.
Yeah,
is
something
the most emotional.
sassy.
Ooh, what is a sassy animal? I'm trying to think. What's one that's just that?
I was saying like a cat or something.
Ooh, yeah, cats be hissing at each other.
Cats be sassy.
Yeah, you got any animals?
I don't know, not right now.
No. Do you want animals?
I do. Like when I get my own spot and stuff like that, I plan on having like a pit bull and a wiener dog.
Just both.
And then the wiener dog's gonna run the show. You know how small dogs are.
Yeah, man. I had an 18-year-old Chihuahua that ran the show.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I had an 18-year-old Chihuahua.
Small dog complex.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? They all had like the Napoleon complex.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, like a pit bull would be so sweet, even though it could fuck shit up.
Yeah, exactly.
But a Chihuahua will look at you cross-eyed and like bite your knuckle off.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Yeah.
The small dog complex is so real.
It is so real. I mean, do you have any siblings?
I do. Yeah.
How many siblings you got?
I have one sibling.
Okay, you guys get along?
Yeah, we get along great.
Nice.
Growing up, we're just brother and sister, just bumping heads and stuff like that. But now it's just like we're both grown, so just
you guys are similar in age,
like a 4-year difference.
Gotcha. Does she content create like you do?
No, not yet. But I plan on. I'd like for her to get into content creation. But if I do, then you won't know that I'm involved in it.
Would you ever get into acting?
Yeah,
You're down?
I would get into acting. I'd be down to get into acting. Like, I remember. I don't know how real it was, but I got offered like a project to do a project for like UCLA students.
Whoa!
Like this was maybe a year ago or something like that. I thought about it, but it's just like the logistics of it didn't make sense. But I wasn't. That's like what gave me the idea. I'm like, okay, I'm making skits, and I'm like, letting myself become these different characters and different people. So I mean, just see where this takes me.
Yeah.
So like you asked me like what's next and stuff like that. I mean, if this leads to acting, then so be it. I'm just having fun with it. That's what it is. Just making sure I'm having fun with it.
That's good. That's good because like a lot of the people that I've interviewed here, they talk about burnout. They talk about it not being fun anymore.
They've become a job.
Yeah, and we don't want that to
exactly.
be.
So that's what I'm saying. Like when I said pace yourself, that's having fun with it. If it takes you like, let's say you're making music, if it takes you like a week or two to make another song, then so be it. Just make sure you're having fun with it. Just remember where you started.
Yeah,
that's what it is for me.
Would you ever make music?
No,
you don't think you could do it?
Definitely not. I'm not musically inclined. Like that's I can't even sing. I know you can sing, but I can't sing.
Oh, I mean, it comes with the culture type of thing, and but what they say about like all Filipinos being talented, it's like pretty fucking spot on. And my theory is that we become talented because of the Asian stereotypical pressure that there is, like that we're all trying to make someone proud. So if it's not going to be through academics, if it's not going to be through nursing.
That's what it was for me, man, is like, what's it going to be? Like, I didn't go to college, so like I have to do something now. It's like you said, like the pressure. And it's not even from my family. It's just like, it's kind of instilled in you.
Yeah. Yeah, what was it? Did you have? If it's not from your family, like who were you trying to make proud growing up? Who are you trying to make proud now?
Like I said, remember, like I said, I made videos like during like Twitter when that was a thing. So I was just kind of to see if I could like redo that.
Gotcha.
So like it was just kind of like, okay, I did it. What 8 years ago, right? Whatever, how long it was. Let's see if I can do it again on a different platform. Then TikTok. Then I was trying to, I was making TikToks, and then I started uploading them on Instagram Reels, and then that's how that happened. But to like, I just now my mom tells me like, oh yeah, my coworkers are like sending me your videos, and then she'll send me like a screenshot of like someone asking if like I'm her mom, if she's my mom. Yeah, someone asked like, is this your son? And then she said, yes, that's my son. And then the next message, the person said, like, your actual son? Like I don't know, what does that mean?
That's my fake son.
Yeah,
that's
my cousin's auntie's daughter's ninong's
dog's
relative purchase. Yeah.
Hella funny, dude. Yeah, sometimes like my mom will share my shit. She doesn't understand it. I don't think she understands that she's sharing my shit, but she keeps on asking why I cuss. But she keeps on asking like why I have these rap, because sometimes she'll listen to the music of the rappers and she's like, why F this?
Yeah,
why F that?
So many, yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's different times.
So how was that like? I mean, obviously you didn't quit your job to do this, but like when you said that when you told them that you're gonna do this, like run a podcast, how was that?
It was hard. I mean, they're cool with it because like they don't care what I do. What all my parents cared about was me finishing school, getting a job. All that typical stuff. As long as I'm able to, if I satisfy those factors, and in their eyes, they were successful in raising a son with a good head on their shoulders, then everything else is fine.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
They don't grasp what it is. They don't know what a podcast is. They just think it's like, so you're just doing interviews, like, yeah, basically. But they're cool with it, and if it happens to pop off, it happens to pop off.
That's
type
good.
thing. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Like, my main thing is trying to avoid the burnout which comes with it, and like trying to just be happy.
I think at the end of the day, you just got to realize that this is your show, and it doesn't go on without you.
Yeah.
So you just got to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And literally, there's no cameraman and stuff like that. Like, it's all on you. So
Wow, dude, it's like this is your podcast. You're running the show.
it can't be that good.
Dude,
This is Senor Julius, and you're listening to It Can't Be That Good.
you kick me out of the house. You just
Thanks for coming.
the bathroom's right there,
Yeah.
and
See you on your way out.
yeah. Have a good one. See you next time. We have a lot of mutuals. I see that like Simon comments on your shit too. And like,
Me and Simon aren't mutuals. Me and Simon are friends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just like
Yeah,
you
me and Simon. Not trying to say like you said it wrong, but like me and Simon go like way back to high school.
yeah, because he's a Benicia kid too. That's what it is. Oh man.
He's super talented. I'm really
That
happy
guy.
for what's going on for him.
Yeah.
And him beating cancer and just like going on tour right after.
Truly deserves it.
Yeah, shout out to Simon.
When I had him on here and I had like a good hour conversation with him, like I almost cried, man. That guy, like, probably one of the most important episodes that I had was that episode with him, because like that's such a beautiful story to have been told, and like that kind of duality of like because like when you're the guy and you're really talented and you're performing in front of thousands of people, you feel invincible. But to feel invincible when you're truly feeling your mortality and you're fighting something like that could kill you.
And it's crazy because I didn't even know he had cancer for like the longest time. Fuck. Like, he would I seen a post and I was like, no way, like this dude has cancer. Like, I couldn't believe it because, he's just the dude that made music, and he was like the pianist like at Benicia, right? And then he was making moves after high school, and then all of a sudden I find out that he has like cancer. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Fuck. But I'm really happy for how things are going for him.
Yeah, man. And that gives you texture.
Yeah.
That like, you would think, I get surprised with like the people that I have on here that have big numbers, that perform in front of big crowds, that are just super fucking dope. I get worried like where their egos are at, like if we're going to be able to connect on the level.
Right.
But like someone like him, like just truly humble with what he does. Because,
he's a good guy.
Fuck, dude. Yeah. We were talking downstairs. I mentioned CRSB, and you said you'd met them before, and then I want to know what that origin story is.
I met them because they've been at it for a while.
Yeah.
So they've been just consistent, just like on their music shit for a while.
A long time.
As in like 2012, there was this music festival in Great America. I think it was like Kababayan Fest or something like that, right? There was a couple like Asian YouTubers like Ryan Higa and those creatives at the time went there, and then my uncle was performing. He performed. Right?
Oh, nice.
And then after, I think the following act was like CRSB, and I was like chilling with them.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was like 11.
Whoa, you were just a kid hanging out with these these big dudes with ukuleles.
These big Uso looking.
Yeah, man. And they're local too, man.
Yeah.
And they're just that's the thing, is like sometimes like these really talented cats, they're just like they're as normal as they get, They're just like two dudes that you'd probably be chopping it up with, like drinking some Hennessy in a garage party.
Exactly. I feel like that's just kind of like the thing, like just a Bay Area thing. Like people just get along with each other.
Yeah.
Like let's say I'm in LA and then you're in LA. I don't know you, but I find out you're from the Bay. That's like, now we got something in common.
So
right?
much.
Let's get a shot. Let's get a shot going.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was in Japan at this nightclub, and then I seen some dude, like I heard him speak English, right? Him and his girl were speaking English. I was like, oh, where y'all from? They were like, Daly City. I was like, what the fuck?
Whoa, dude. Fucking Filipino Central, man.
Yeah.
Daly City's basically Manila.
He was Korean though. Shout out Jimmy.
Oh,
There's like I met him there, right? He was like, we were vibing, and like, the music was getting us going, and I'm like, oh yeah, where y'all from? from Daly City.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? And then pull out your phone, and then we see that we got mutuals.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's how it is. Oh, you know so and so from so and so.
So that goes back to everybody knows each other. All the Filipinos, every Bay Area knows each other.
Yeah, Asians know each other. I feel like white people don't know each other as much.
Yeah. I don't think there's like the culture of like the like, oh, that's my cousin or whatever, right?
No.
That's not a thing.
No, I think white people really stuck to the 2-kid per household type of rule, But like for brown people, for some reason, my dad said this thing. I asked him this question when I was a kid because my mom has 10. My mom is one of 10.
Yeah, that's
siblings,
how it is. Yep, that's
right.
how it is.
And that was like common. My dad's one of 6. These are high numbers,
Yeah.
right? And so I asked my dad like how come Filipinos have hella kids?
It's specifically that generation too, because
Yeah.
I think that's generation is the same as like my Lolo. Like, and he has like 10 plus
Whoa,
siblings.
10 plus.
So I have a lot
dude.
of cousins. But back to what you were saying.
Yeah, I have hella cousins too because like I said, my mom's one of 10.
Yeah.
And each of her siblings had 3 or more kids. So
Right.
there's like 40 of us just running around at a family party.
Mm-hmm.
And so I asked my dad, why do Filipinos have a bunch of kids? And he says, like, when you grow up in the Philippines and you don't have enough money for a TV, you're going to find other ways to entertain yourself.
So you conceive.
So you conceive, dude. It's so crazy.
That's crazy.
Man. Because like you could watch a TV show and then turn the TV off, but you fuck once and it's 9 months of a it's your lifetime.
Dude, I can't
of a
imagine.
kid.
Like, imagine having like, how many siblings do you have?
I only have one brother.
Okay, there you go. Imagine having like 8 more, and you're like equally tight with all of them, right? So that's how it is, man.
I was thinking in the other direction. I thought you were gonna be like, imagine having 8 more and having to compete for your parents'
Oh,
love.
not even like, yeah, they're all like tight and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, they truly are. Like all of my mom's siblings are in California, and some recently moved to Vegas, but we're all still within the same vicinity, and we see each other like pretty often.
How many white cousins do you have?
Fuck, dude, there's like maybe like if first cousins. Maybe like 45.
There we go.
How about you?
My whole dad's side is white.
Your whole dad's side's
Yeah,
white?
he's the only boy from their parents. So then I have 2 aunties, and then I got Italian cousins, and I have like Irish cousins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You got a whole white side too? Interesting. How is that like growing up that way?
Let's see. I mean, both my aunties' husbands like embrace the culture, so it's like, it's not like I have like just white cousins. There, I do see cultural differences because I have cousins in the East Coast, and they're a little bit more like, they're kind of like bros, like like college bros.
Nice. Okay, they're a little fratty.
Yeah, exactly. And then I have my cousins out here, and then they're not Bay Areans, but then they're also not like just white.
Okay, they're kind of like in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Best of both worlds
Exactly.
type of thing, dude. Interesting, man.
So me and my sister are like the I call us full breeds, purebred, the purebreds. Yeah.
The purebreds?
Yeah.
The chicken nut breads, yeah. Wow, that's so funny. But even with that, like even getting to know you in this past hour, you truly are not your typical like conventional Filipino the way you grew up.
What is it?
What are you?
Yeah, what do you notice then?
I mean, like you obviously, you kind of, Filipinos are polite, but like a Filipino from the Bay Area is like a little more like, that they speak differently, right? Like there is that kind of like the hood slang, but like what the way that you are, like, I think you're immediately polite the way that you took your shoes off so fast. So fast, dude, and like you grabbed a coaster, you set it down, and like you did that. I don't know. There's like I don't really know how to identify.
I feel like it's a northern, like they got southern hospitality. I feel like it's a northern hospitality of just like understanding each other. Not even just with just Filipinos. I do understand like there's a certain kind of like understanding of like Bay Area Filipinos, but I feel like with like just Bay Areans, like we kind of just understand each other.
Yeah, dude. There's like there's a nonverbal communication that we have, right?
Like, I mean, aside from all of the politics that goes on, like, I guess in the streets or whatever, not that I'm involved with the streets, like I said, if you're not in the Bay Area and you see a Bay Arean, like, you guys are going to fuck with each other.
Yeah. There's community. Bay
Exactly.
Area. because like two people from LA, they're not really gonna vibe as much as two people from the Bay Area. Type
That's I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Because I've seen, being in the Bay Area, I've seen in front of me like two people from LA meet. They're like, "Oh, where are you from? Torrance? Where are you from? Orange County."
Oh yeah.
All right, cool. But like if we were to go down to,
and then you see someone, let's say we're us from Vallejo, and we meet up with somebody from, I don't know, let's just say
Hayward,
yeah, I wouldn't say Pleasanton, I would say Hayward.
East Bay.
Let's just say Hayward. Shout out Haystack. Then it's like, oh, what?
You from Hayward?
Yeah. You know, now they got Too Short Planes, so now y'all vibing.
Dude, I was just in Vegas like 2 weeks ago, and we were at the club. My brother and I were at the club, and they started playing some E40 and Too Short.
Yeah,
and people were not going dumb.
That's how you start identifying, because you can start like as soon as you start hearing the cowbells on Blow the Whistle.
Yeah,
right.
People should like.
Then you start looking. Then you start scanning, and then you make eye contact with bro over there, and you be like, "You from the Bay?"
Yeah,
I'm from the Bay. Like,
you know exactly already.
Come on. Now y'all the only ones like I go on and on.
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like this whole fucking thing. I was at my homie's wedding in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And a lot of the music they were playing was like pop, because he married like a white woman.
Right.
A lot of the music they were playing was like pop and just like whatever, no hip hop.
Right.
And he played, and since he's from the Bay, and he knew like his friends were from the Bay, he played one Mac Dre song, and then we all started getting down to it.
There you go.
And we heard an old white lady behind us say, "I've never seen so much bouncing before."
Yeah.
But that's how it is, dude. I mean, there's community.
That's the community. It's like, you just hear the pianos of the keys of what is it? Tizzle Dance?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
And then now you start looking, you from, come on.
Yeah, dude. Fuck, man. It's like,
oh, where are you from? I'm from Fairfield. Okay, we'll talk about it after.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. The hyphy movement, man. I'm about to have Nump on later today.
Oh, really?
Like, right after, right
word?
after you dip, bro. He's gonna come through, and like
I got grapes.
Yeah, dude. It's just kind of like what a full circle thing for me to have like been bumping that with my cousins.
I was a baby when that song came out. I was probably like no more than like 4. I think it came out in like 04.
It did come out
right?
in 04, yeah.
Okay.
See, that's crazy.
I can kind of like timeline. So I was 4 when I remember I got grapes, you know?
Yeah, and we don't know what they're talking about.
What they're talking about.
They're talking about grape juice or some shit.
Exactly. So every time I got grapes. I don't just got grapes. I got grapes.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
I got grapes.
Is he performing for schools now and stuff like that? Why did I see that?
Yeah, I think he is. He's performing at I think he was at the Filipino festival.
Okay. What is it
Pista
called?
Sayon.
Yeah, Pista Sanayon.
Yeah. He was there, like 2 months ago. Yeah, man, he's performing at schools. I think he's just he's still in the Bay, so
just having fun.
Yeah, I think he's just having fun, dude.
Good for him.
I think he has like his own like weed company, Lumpia.
Dude, I'm
like pre-rolls is like Lumpia.
Hey, Nump. Send me a package.
Yeah, dude. What is it? Yeah, he's coming in like 50 minutes or so.
Okay, good for you.
But yeah, dude, it's community. The Bay Area is community. Outside of just being Filipino, it is a double whammy when you are a Filipino from the Bay Area. But this is why I like doing this thing, man. Dude, I had a good conversation. Before we get out of here, I don't know if anyone's warned you, the way that I end these episodes is I do an improv scene because my background is comedy improv.
Okay, that's different. Let's see.
Yeah,
let's do it.
So the way that this works is if is that the scene can be based off of anything and everything that we talked about in today's episode, or it could be based off of nothing at all. Did you want to start the scene, or you want me to start?
You got it. You started.
Okay.
Now, give me a second to like warm up to it.
Okay, whatever you got to do.
Okay.
Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it can't be that bad.
It can't be that bad.
Yo. Whoa, dude. You're that guy. You're that guy.
The guy.
Dude, I seen you all over Vine, man. You're that fucking guy.
It was like 2 videos.
Dude, no, it was crazy. You're the guy that stole a giraffe from Six Flags. Man, I fucking love that video.
Dude, I mean, I don't really like talking about it, but I mean, the case was closed. I got my jail time for it.
Yeah, dude,
But
it's a felony to take a giraffe from an amusement park.
But I mean, you only get to ride a giraffe once. That's how I see it.
Yeah, man. I mean, like you seem like you're kind of hiding from it, but like really, all of us here at Pleasanton, we really fuck with you, man. You got street cred.
All right. I don't appreciate you like just talking about like the stuff that I don't like talking about.
Okay, all right, my bad, dude. All right, it's just
like for you to bring up the giraffe. You know, I mean, I deleted the videos for a reason, but for you to bring it up, and I told you not to push it.
Okay, my bad.
I told you not to push the idea, and here you are, just keep talking about it.
It's just okay. I'll leave you alone. Cut to the next day. Julius is you're at a Whole Foods. Yo, oh my God. Nah, you, dude.
Can I help you?
You're that guy.
Ooh.
I seen you. You on TikTok. You're the guy that fucking stole a dolphin from Six Flags. Don't know how you did it because dolphins are underwater.
Look, I mean, I'm all for like animal peace and stuff like that. I'm against animal cruelty. So, I mean, I went to the show and I saw how like miserable they looked and decided that it's time to let them free.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy. You brought your own inflatable pool to Six Flags, filled it up, and just dragged it.
I mean, it was definitely thought out, but I mean, we got away with it.
Wow. Yeah, that was like, no disrespect. I like what you did.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. I mean, it was definitely like not easy. So for you to be, just recognizing the effort and I'm very appreciative.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, stay up, bro, and I'll catch you.
Hey, man. Hey, why is this smoothie $18?
Ah, dude, because it's Pleasanton.
Pleasanton?
Yeah, look to the left. Yeah, what they say, the closer you get to Orinda, the more expensive the smoothies are.
Yeah, that makes sense because, I mean, there's no reason that a strawberry banana smoothie should be $20.
I know. I mean, it's crazy because they're only paying me $20 an hour, which makes no sense.
Yeah, so, I mean, you work an hour for a smoothie.
Yeah, that's basically, they don't even give me the smoothies for free.
That's how it is.
Messed up.
Yeah.
Cut to the next day. Julius is at City Sports in Concord. Oh my God, it's that guy. It's that guy. It's you. You're that guy that made that one skit about how funny it is that, why do ABGs have like long lashes? Like, why are they just getting longer? And I was just like, he gets me.
Yeah, it was actually inspired by my girlfriend.
Oh, that's what it is.
Of 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, me and my girlfriends over here all have lash extensions too. And we just thought that, like, it's not offensive because it's true. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like how you... Just biceps today?
What was that?
You've been on the AirPod. You're so cool. You're just so mysterious.
Anyways, have a good one.
Okay, see ya. And scene. That's
How was that?
Dude, that was solid.
How was that?
That was fucking solid. Have you ever done improv before? That's basically what it is,
there
dude.
You go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Maybe you should get into acting then. Yeah.
One day. We'll see where this takes me.
Yeah, I really hope the best for you. You really got something beautiful going on, and you go at it from like a very authentic perspective that you're not trying to rob yourself of your authenticity. You're not trying to disrespect any communities. You're just trying to create respectfully and like...
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, dude.
So thank you for having me, bro. This is my first time doing a podcast.
That's so crazy. You killed it, man.
I was a little bit nervous, but just remember, it can't be that bad.
Can't be that bad, dude. Nerves are good. Nerves, when you're nervous, you're releasing the same chemicals in your brain as excitement.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm always nervous before every single time I sing. I'm always nervous every single time before I record because I care about this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're passionate about it, and it definitely shows. Like, you guys can't see it, but we're looking at 3 cameras, box lights.
Yeah, I'm trying, man.
Styrofoam on the wall. It's a good setup.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. Before we get out of here, go ahead and look into the barrel of your camera. Go ahead and plug all of your stuff. For the people that don't know you, just turn on your Instagram, bro. Yeah. And he'll pierce your algorithm. But go ahead and plug your stuff.
For those who don't know, my name is Julius. I go by Señor Julius. And I'll catch you next time.
Yep. And leave the baddies, leave the listeners with the phrase of saying, a word, a piece of advice that they could go about their day with that reminds them that it can't be that bad.
Okay, let's see. A saying. Okay. This isn't the same, but just remember to not live with regret. Kanye West has a saying that he did on one of his awards. He says, the only thing that's promised in life is death.
Damn.
Take that how you want.
Dope. Thanks again for coming through, man. I appreciate it. Until next time.
Until next time.
Good stuff. Baddies, you guys know where to find me. You guys know where to find the show because you're already here.
Yes, sir.
Peace. We love you.
Can't be that bad.